This lesson is for students who have about 4 to 8 weeks to study for the IELTS exam to help you create a study schedule that's going to work for you. Now, we have a 1-month schedule posted below, and you should certainly use that as a resource. But everybody's got a different amount of time, and everyone has different needs. Some people out there will only have a couple hours during the week where you can study. Others will have a lot of time you can devote. Some people's needs are much greater. You have to try to make big improvements in maybe the writing section or the speaking section. So everybody's needs will be different, and we have to find a way to create a study schedule that's going to work for you. So the purpose of this video is to help you think about what is the most important information you need to know about the test. What are the most important things you need to practice and study over the next 4 to 8 weeks so you can do the best you can on exam day? Okay, so let's take a look. Students who have 4 to 8 weeks, well, the first thing you should prioritize is learning about the test, okay? You need to know about the exam and what the timing is like, what the directions are like, what you can expect in the speaking section. All of the details related to the format of the test are things that you should know well. Okay, now luckily you have plenty of time to learn about this stuff. So, the things to prioritize: knowing about what to expect in each of the 4 sections, learning about question types and their directions, learning how the sections are scored, and developing timing strategies, especially for the reading and writing sections. If you go through your Magoosh videos, and in 4 to 8 weeks, you've got plenty of time to make it through almost all of them. If you have time to devote each day, you will learn about the test and the various things here that you need to know. Okay, so this is a priority for everyone and anyone who's got 4 to 8 weeks to study. Just knowing the basic information about the test and what to expect in each of the 4 sections. Okay. Now, part of that training also involves doing lots of practice questions. By doing questions, you really learn about the different question types. You get to practice the various strategies you learn about and how to take those questions and how to answer them best. So doing daily practice questions, no matter what you do, you should do at least a few listening and reading practice questions every day in order to prepare. Okay, so learning about the test, doing practice questions, and just really studying about the IELTS exam in the 4 sections. Again, this is all information you can get if you make it through all or almost all of the Magoosh videos we have here. All right, now, there are some more things you can do with 4 to 8 weeks to help boost your score, okay, beyond just learning about the exam. You should study vocabulary every day, for example. 4 to 8 weeks is a lot of time to make improvements to your vocabulary. There's a separate video we have about keeping a vocabulary journal. Look at that one and try to institute some of the practices there that you learn about in that video. It involves keeping close track of new vocabulary and trying to learn 10 to 15 new words every day. This should be your goal, because imagine if you've got 2 months to study and you learn 15 new words every day, you've got a big pool of new vocabulary you can use in your writing and your speaking and that you can understand in the other sections as well. Okay, so vocabulary should be a big goal of yours. Every day, study vocabulary and keep a journal. You should try to take a lot of practice tests. Take mock tests if you can. One each week would be ideal if you can get at least 1 practice test. Maybe Saturday mornings are your time to take IELTS tests. It can really help you, not only just for the English practice that it gives you, but also just to learn about the test. Remember, when you take mock tests, when you take practice tests, make sure to recreate the exam conditions. You should try to take the reading, writing, and listening sections all at once and it should take you about 2 hours and 40 minutes to do those. You can take a break then and do the speaking section later if you like, because that's what you'll experience on the real exam. But it's this kind of training where you're trying to mimic and recreate the timing and the conditions of the test as close as you can, that can really help you train for the real thing, the real exam. Okay, focus on writing and speaking improvement. You can make big improvements to your writing and speaking during this short amount of time, 4 to 8 weeks. You can do things like in your writing and your speaking, you can improve these little grammar errors that you make. If you're recording your responses to the IELTS questions for speaking, listen to them. Listen to them a few times and listen for little mistakes that you make, and try over time to improve your ability to catch those mistakes before you make them. The same thing with writing. You should go and edit your essays and learn from the editing process. Again, we've got a whole lesson on essay editing and how to learn from editing your practice essays. Watch that video and try to learn from it, because you can really make big improvements even if you're not even in an English class. You're working on your own. You're self-studying. You're paying attention to the persistent mistakes you make. Over the course of 4 to 8 weeks, you can make a big improvement to your language ability, your accuracy, and your fluency. Okay? Speaking of fluency, you should speak English as much as you can. Okay? If you don't have a lot of opportunities to use your English on a daily basis, then you need to create opportunities for yourself. Can you give little short speeches to your friends or your family at home in English, right? Maybe 2 to 3 minute speeches every day. The practice you put into speaking on a regular basis, even if it's just in front of the mirror, if you have nobody to converse with in English, do that a little bit every day, because it will help your fluency, your ability to use your English rapidly and fluently, and that can help your score on the exam. So as much speaking practice as you can fit in to your schedule, the better. Okay, you should also do a little bit of writing every day. You don't have to write a full essay every single day. Nobody's going to want to do that. That's too much and takes too much time from most people. But if you look down below in the notes, I've got a document there on our blog that you can look at that gives you ideas about English language development exercises that you can do on your own. And one of the exercises that I really love is called a 15-minute writing exercise. Okay, you can find that in that document you see down below. 15 minutes of writing that's directed and that's useful for you to improve your writing fluency, your speed, and hopefully also to work on those errors we discussed earlier, finding problems, mistakes. If you can put in 15 minutes of writing every day, and if you go through that exercise and look at your writing, analyze it, try to improve it the next time, over the course of 4 to 8 weeks, you can make some big improvements on your writing skills. Okay, so a little bit of writing practice also goes a long, long way in 4 to 8 weeks. All right, lastly then, one recommendation, even though, in 4 to 8 weeks, you're not going to make giant improvements in your essay writing ability. It takes time to learn how to write essays really well. You can make big improvements to your essay organization. Go to the videos we have on the lessons we have on each of the task 2 question types. There are questions that ask you, to what extent do you agree or disagree, okay? Or discuss both sides and give your opinion. Okay, learning how to organize those essays and so that they are logical, so that each of the paragraphs you write makes sense together, that type of practice and that skill is one you can learn easily in 4 to 8 weeks if you have if you put in the time to learn about it and practice those essay types, and your organization can make big improvements to your coherence and cohesion scores and your task response and task achievement scores in your writing. So it's very worthwhile to boost your score. Okay, so essay organization is a big priority for you, and it's something you can make improvements on in the next couple of weeks. Okay, to review, no matter how much time you have on a daily basis the next 4 to 8 weeks, there are some things you should prioritize as you create your own study schedule. You need to, of course, learn about the test, learning the basic information, scoring, question directions, all of those things. That's a huge priority for you in the next couple of weeks. You should be doing practice questions every day, at least a few, okay? If you don't have much time on a particular day, see if you can just answer one set of listening and reading questions. Even if it's just a few questions, it's worthwhile to keep going with it and build that into your daily routine, if at all possible. You should be studying vocabulary every day and keeping a vocabulary journal. Try to really improve your vocabulary in the next 4 to 8 weeks by regularly collecting words and studying them as well. You should try to fix your persistent grammar errors for the speaking and writing sections, okay? That means recording your speaking responses, and it means editing and analyzing your essay responses, trying to look for mistakes, little things, verb tense errors, subject-verb agreement, articles, little things that you know the rules for that you can fix, okay? That you don't have to learn a lot of new grammar. Probably not possible to learn lots and lots of new grammar in the next 4 to 8 weeks with all the other things you need to study. So focus on what you can do, okay? And that means trying to fix those errors that constantly come up in your speaking and writing. Okay, and you should be speaking and writing as much as possible. Does not have to be full essays or full speaking practice tests every day. If you can just build in a little bit of time every day to write and to speak a little bit in English, over the next 4 to 8 weeks, you can make big improvements to your fluency, to your accuracy, to your ability to respond to a variety of questions on a variety of topics. Many benefits to this daily practice if you can build that in. Okay, so these are your priorities. You students who have 4 to 8 weeks, this is what you should focus on as you prepare for the big day.